Hey Shark Tank, my name is John Monroe with Missed Moments, and I'm here today to tell you about the newest and most innovative dating application that's out right now. I'm really excited about it. So I want to start out by, telling you a little bit about myself. I work at SEI Investment Company. I'm an internal ETF wholesaler right here in Oaks, Pennsylvania. First, I want to tell you a story about how I got the idea for this app. A long time ago, I was on vacation with my family. I was about 19 years old. We're coming back from Turks and Caicos down in the Caribbean. Beautiful place, by the way. I'm sure you've been there. So what happened was, we were on the ride back, and I'm an 18-year-old kid, and I was a little girl crazy when I was a child. I saw the prettiest girl on the plane ride home. Had a good talk with her in the airport in Turks and Caicos, and we got on the plane and came back to Philadelphia. We were talking, having a great chat in the airport, and it was a little awkward because both of our families were around, and I didn't want to ask her for her phone number in front of her father. Her father was about 6'4" and 300 pounds, and me over here, I'm about 5'10" and 160 pounds. So I didn't want to get punched in the face, basically. So I, took it easy, pumped the brakes. I was like, hey, we're friends, we're hanging out, it's great. So we're coming back on the plane ride home, and I'm thinking, all right, you know what? I finally mustered up the courage. I gotta ask this girl for her number. She's smiling at me on the plane. So we come back into the Philadelphia airport, and I'm thinking, this is my chance. I'm gonna sit outside the terminal, and I'm gonna wait there for her. I'm gonna wait outside the terminal. When she comes off, I'm gonna be there on one knee with a bouquet of roses, ready to ask her for her phone number. So I'm waiting outside the terminal when we came into Philadelphia, and I'm standing there. And one thing that is, noteworthy, we had a little bit of a rough landing coming into Philadelphia. It was a rainy day, we had a little bit of turbulence, and I was fine. It wasn't anything that was a big deal, but if you were a little afraid of flying, it would have freaked you out. I see her coming down the hallway, getting off the plane, and her family is circled around her, and I'm like, what's going on? So I'm waiting there for my chance. She comes by, and I notice as she's walking down that she's crying. And I'm like, well, this is weird. And so it occurred to me at that moment that she had some kind of anxiety attack. She had an inhaler in her hand, and she was freaking out, I guess, from the bumpy landing that we had with the plane ride. So we're going through the, the airport, getting our bags, and it's really hectic when you get off the plane, especially if you have to catch a shuttle to get back to your car. So my family did, and I'm waiting for her, and things were really hectic. And it turned out that our shuttle came before she was done getting her bags, and I didn't get a chance to get this girl's number. All I knew about this girl was that she had on a soccer sweatshirt. So me being, an eager, young, 19-year-old boy with his hormones going wild, I was like, I'm going to find this girl. I can do it. I know I can. So I go online and I look at the best option. My best option turned out to be Craigslist Misconnections. Now, I don't know if you've ever been to Craigslist for anything, but there's a lot of weird stuff on Craigslist. So, to note a few things. You want to buy a new lawnmower? Great place to go. You want to buy a new motorcycle? Great place to go. You want to go meet a girl that you were looking for at, on an airplane in Philadelphia as your location, is the only place you can search? Don't go to Craigslist. So I go to Philadelphia, Craigslist Misconnections, which is a page that Craigslist has to connect people who saw each other out in public first and wanted to reconnect. I post up on there for this girl, and pretty much the only thing I got back was creepy, weird responses from probably 40-year-old guys in the middle of the night in Philadelphia that I didn't want to receive. It's creepy stuff. So fast forward about, I don't know, a year later maybe, and me and my friend Brian were hanging out on our roof at school in college after a fun night, and talking to him, just brewing up ideas like we always do. We always like to talk about what we were going to do with ourselves and our lives. And I've known Brian since I was in second grade, best friend all the way up until college. So we're sitting out on the roof talking about ideas, and I tell him the story. I'm like, yeah, man, it was crazy. I'm still sad that I haven't been able to find this girl. So I do that, and he goes, yeah, it's crazy. And we start talking about it more, and he tells me a story about when the same thing happened to him. And he goes, yeah, a buddy of mine had the same thing happen to him. So I sit back and I start thinking, I'm like, you know what, dude, why don't we do something about this? Why don't we make a website to do this? And he's like, yeah, it's a great idea. I'm like, wait a minute, how about better yet, we make an app? That'd be even better. Fast forward 2 hours later, we're writing on our whiteboard in my room with a red, Expo marker until 5 in the morning, the sun's coming up, and we're like, wow, we finally have a finished skeleton of what this app can be. So that's when it really got exciting, and then we found out about the investment competition at my school, and we entered it in that, and we turned out to win a second place prize for $5,000. Now, what Missed Moments is a new and innovative dating application where users have the chance to meet in person first. So it eliminates the creepy factor of most dating sites, and it is a little bit more female friendly than most dating sites. The way this works is, say you're out at the grocery store. I'm at Wegmans in Collegeville. I see, a nice, cute girl from across the aisle. She smiles at me. We chat over the peanut butter, and we talk about the peanut butter, and we like the same kind of peanut butter, but I just don't have it inside me to ask her for her phone number. So we leave, and I know her name's Amy. So I go on later, I can go on to Miss Moments with my profile, and I can go to the Wegmans Collegeville page, and I can post, hey, I saw Amy at Wegmans, we talked about peanut butter, she was really cute. Now, if Amy goes on to Miss Moments, because she has a profile, she'll be able to go on to the Wegmans page in Collegeville and see that I posted for her. And there, on my post, she'll find our innovative That's Me button. Now this is the key to the app. It makes it very private and user-friendly for everybody involved. She goes on to the Wegmans page, clicks the That's Me button, and what that does is send a request to my account, and I can see it. It'll say, somebody requested to connect with me. So I can look at that, and when I click the request, if I verify the request, if I verify that it is Amy about the peanut butter, a chat box is created. If it's not Amy, no chat box is created, so nobody can contact me. I'm seeking $100,000 for a 40% stake in my company. And what this money will be used for will be hiring a full-time back-end developer. Because my buddy who helped me program the app, he's really good at front-end development, so we have a great front skeleton done of the app. The app is fully functional. We've even had it on people's phones and had a beta test amongst ourselves and our close friends, probably about 20 people's phones. We were all posting back and forth, and it totally works. But what happens is one, we'd like to send push notifications, which we need to have a third party host the server for. Secondly, our database, as more people use it, is going to gather more traffic. It needs to be cleanly written, and we don't have a lot of experience in the back-end development side of things, so we would need to hire a developer for that. So essentially, our hook to our product is our innovative That's Me button. It eliminates the creepy factor of similar sites like Craigslist misconnections or other misconnections type apps, because they are out there, they just do it terribly and they don't advertise to the right crowd. We want to go after college kids specifically and use it on college campuses, popular dormitories at colleges, popular libraries, popular dining halls. So far to date, we've invested about $2,000 in Miss Moments. We took the winnings that we got from the investment competition and we used that money to buy 2 laptops, one for myself on the business end and one for Brian, who is my programmer and co-founder as well, to program the app. Now, as for me and how long I've been an entrepreneur, it's been quite a long run. It goes all the way back to when I was about, 15, 16 probably. I started my first landscaping business with a family friend of mine, and I bought a truck, I bought a commercial mower, and I was cutting a couple lawns in the neighborhood, and I knew that if I worked hard enough and landscaped hard enough, I'd have enough money to buy that new car that I wanted. And eventually I worked a couple summers and cut a lot of lawns and ended up getting that car that I wanted. My business product means the world to me. I really think it can help a lot of people, and I would love to get it out there because I know people have these moments all the time, and I would love to improve the online dating scene because it's a huge market, and it also helps out a lot of people who are lonely and looking for companionship. My ultimate goal for Miss Moments is to get this investment from the sharks and be able to launch it, full-fledged into the market and have it become extremely successful, just like I know it can be, and to ultimately, make revenue by offering a free and a premium version. My biggest hurdle has been, up until this point, getting funding to take it to the next step and hire a full-time developer. Like I've said, I have a lot of student loan debt when I came out of school, and I'm not really eligible to get another loan. And unfortunately, even though my family and friends all love the idea, they also don't have a lot of money because most of my friends are 23 like me and just starting out, just trying to get going. And lastly, I want to leave you with this, that an interesting fact about myself is that I love to play the electric guitar. Thank you, Shark Tank.